Okay, I'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Cherish, if I can get you to call roll.
Absolutely. Magistrate Riley.
Present.
Magistrate Humphrey.
Present.
Magistrate Coldiron.
Jonna.
I said present.
Oh.
And Judge Executive Chuck Dills.
Present. We're all present. We'll move down to approval of our regular meeting minutes of September 7th, 2021.
Having read the minutes of September the 7th, I make a motion we approve as presented.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Kodar and a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye, raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Appears all in favor, motion carries. Moving down to fiscal matters, the first item we have is A, approval of claims of the general fund, the road fund, the jail fund, along with all transfers presented dated September 21st, 2021.
I make a motion to approve the claims this evening against the general fund, jail fund, and road fund dated September 21st, 2021, along with the requested transfers as presented.
I second.
We have a motion been made by Magistrate Riley, a second by Magistrate Kodar. All in favor by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Appears all is in favor, motion carries. Moving down to item B, if everyone had a chance, obviously, to look through your packet, this is asking for a motion on the resolution on the American Rescue Plan Act of the Local Fiscal Recovery Fund Expenditure Policy. The resolution is 2021-05. And I also have Brian Skinner that's joined us with Ross Sinclair. They will be administering and working with our county treasurer, along with the attorneys on handling our federal American Rescue Act funds. Brian, did you want to speak on anything, or if any of the magistrates have any questions for Brian Skinner?
Sure. Just want to say, yeah, thanks for the opportunity. And we've worked with Peggy a little bit already on some revenue loss calculations. And this will be helping, just helping going forward, making sure you guys are spending the money the right way and don't get crossways with the rules.
Just so you all know that Stephen Bates, I've sent him a copy of it. He's reviewed it. Any comments, Stephen?
No, I believe that it behooves the fiscal court and the county to have both Ross Sinclair and Frost Brown and Todd involved. They have expertise in this field, and any additional set of eyes when you're dealing with government funds. Granted, they've been awarded to the county, but there's still some oversight that's involved, and I think that behooves the county to have both these entities involved. And I've reviewed their proposal, and I think it meets with the county's needs, and it's a good idea for the county.
Okay, thanks a lot, Stephen. Does any of the magistrates have any questions for Brian, Stephen, or myself?
I have none.
Okay.
I've read it and appreciate, the opportunity to reflect on it, before the meeting this evening. As the county attorney indicated, I think that we have the opportunity to manage a significant pool of money. And I think it's to our advantage to have that additional set of eyes just from a protection standpoint. And I am assuming that there'll be quite a few entities, utilize such a service just because of the scrutiny and frankly, the mistakes that could be made with the money. And that, partnering with them, having them would provide us, in my opinion, an additional blanket of coverage and protection, should something happen, when in reality, when those of us on this call tonight may not even be here years to come. Good Lord willing, we will be, but, it may not pan out that way. And there could be questions asked And I think that the framework and the contract that's presented provides us that protection.
Okay. With that being said, I need a motion to pass the resolution for me to sign it.
Make a motion to grant Judge Executive Mills to sign 2021-05 relating to the American Rescue Plan Act, state and local fiscal recovery fund expenditures.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion made by Magistrate Codar, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Appears all in favor. Motion carries. And Brian, I'll be getting with you tomorrow.
Great. Thank you all.
Okay,
Thank
thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
Moving down to item D. Surplus items for auction for the clerk's office, and it's attachment A that's in your packet. If everyone had to look at it. And if you don't mind, what I'll do is item E, we also have surplus items for auction for the Grant County Road Department, attachment B, and it's the dump truck that we just got the replacement. We're going to pick the new dump truck up tomorrow that we had budgeted. And just to give you some update on our auction, originally it was going to be the 25th of this month. There was an error that Grant County News didn't get it in the paper. So I've talked to them. They contacted me, apologized for the error of not getting it put in the paper timely so we could have the auction. And obviously I've got to give at least a 7-day notice. So I've had to move the auction to October 2nd at 10 a.m. at the Grant County Park at the cattle barn. And the ad will be in this Thursday's paper. And not only is it surplus items for us, we're also, City of Williamstown is going to have some items and vehicles that we're going to sell at the same time that will help benefit them on the sale of their surplus. And I've already received a copy of their city orders declaring it surplus. So it's in the ad also. So I need a motion just to approve the surplus of the items from the clerk's office and the Grant County Road Department. We can do both those together.
I'll make a motion to approve the additional items as presented.
I will second. Oh, go ahead, Shauna.
Okay, I have a motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Codar. All in favor by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Appears all in favor. Those items from the clerk's office and the road department are now declared surplus to be sold at our auction on October 2nd.
Judge Dills, I just wanted to acknowledge one comment that the last go round where there was the participation from the City of Williamstown with our county surplus, I think it drew a larger crowd. And when it contains county assets, which technically is county dollars to be spent elsewhere, I just appreciate the partnership and trying to coordinate a bigger sale so that we could generate more revenue to recycle, if you will. So thank you for doing. I appreciate that.
And just so you'll know, I reach out to all the cities before we have the auction. Dry Ridge nor Crittenden had anything to surplus right now, but they know it's sort of an open invitation. Anytime that they have anything, they sort of contact me to see about running it to sell, because, for them to run an auction or seal bids on 5 or 6 items, it just doesn't draw a crowd. But if we can do it jointly with the whole county and the cities working together, we can draw a larger crowd and actually get more return for our tax dollar property. So
yep, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Just in the past, that hasn't been done. And it, to me, was a huge difference from a crowd standpoint. So thank you. Okay.
Moving down, our next items are going to be some first readings of ordinances. It's just first reading. We won't need to vote on. They'll be advertised in the Grant County News this week. And it's over the last couple of weeks of zone changes that were done. It was my oversight that actually the ordinances, we didn't draft them. So I'll take responsibility for that. So right now we're going to do our first reading, fix it. And then our next meeting will be the second reading where we vote on it. Bid F is our first reading of ordinance number 0003-221-0248, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to R1A. And you all have all these in your packet. The next one be first reading of ordinance number 0004-2021-0249, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to rural residential. Item H is the first reading for ordinance number 0005-2021-0250, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County planning zone map from A1 to R1A. Our next one is the first reading of ordinance number 007-2021-0252, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to rural residential. Then also the first reading of ordinance number 0002-2021-0253, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to rural residential. So we should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're on mute.
I think we missed one. I think there's, that was only 5, I think.
Okay, here's the one that we missed. First reading of ordinance number 0005-210250, an ordinance relating to an amendment to the Grant County zoning map, A1 to R1A.
If it was 0250 A1 to R1A, we did that. You read that one. I think
Okay,
we're
which one?
missing 51. The last digits, I believe, of 0251. If they're following in sequence
Item
from
I.
40. Say what?
Item I.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. Item I is first reading of ordinance number 0006-2021-0251, an ordinance relating to amendment to the Grant County zoning map from A1 to R1A. So that should be all 6. I apologize. There's 6 of them all running together and they're all pretty similar on the zone changes. So with that being said,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I too will take some of the fault on that, not just Judge Dills. Obviously, we all relied upon Pat for certain things, and this is one of those things where we both relied upon Pat, and we both failed to kind of keep our eye on the ball there. So we're able to fix it tonight, though, and we'll do these second readings in a couple of weeks.
And Cherry, while she was training with Pat, we didn't have any zone changes. We don't have a lot of zone changes that come before us. And obviously during that time period, Cherry's had no idea either. So it is what it is. We realized what we needed to do and we're making that correction. So that's all we can do.
So what will happen is these respective 6 readings of these ordinances will be advertised in the paper, of which will come back no sooner than 7 days, no later than 21 days to do the second reading where a vote will be casted.
That's correct. And they'll actually, if everything goes right, I've verified with the Grant County News, and they're going through obviously some staff changing. Everyone that pretty well was there except one employee is left under the new management. I'm dealing with the paper in Carrollton and Cynthiana and another staff writer. And I don't even know actually what paper she's representing is who I'm dealing with. And they've been great to work with. I don't want to knock any of that. It's really confusing. They don't know our county. They don't know our paper. And it's been confusing on their end to get stuff advertised. So they have received our legal ads on this, and it will appear in the Thursday's paper. So moving down to next item, we have no old business, have no new business.
Judge Dills, we need to
Yes.
back up one more time on the part-time to full-time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're all catching me tonight.
It's all good. We're a team.
I'm jumping around. Keep me straight. Okay. And I may have spoke to most of you on this. Billy, who worked at the animal shelter, has resigned his full-time position there. So Kathleen, our director, has asked that Sarah Jane Foltz, who has been working at the animal shelter for a good while part-time, has accepted a full-time position to fill Billy's position. And that would take effect September 15th, 2021. So I need a motion to approve moving Sarah Jane Foltz from part-time position as animal control officer to full-time position animal control officer.
I make the motion to transition Sarah Jane Foltz from part-time to full-time at the animal shelter.
I'll second.
I have a motion made by Magistrate Riley, a second by Magistrate Humphrey. All in favor by saying aye and raise your hand.
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor, motion carries. Now moving down to old and new business. We don't have anything to report. On reports, magistrates, is anything you need to report at this meeting?
The only thing I want to report is the Shady Lane Bridge is under replacement construction, and everybody's tickled to death with that. The only other thing that I have is had some people on Rainbow Drive inquiring about the road, when it's going to get paved or repaved. They're apparently starting to deteriorate quite a bit out there since the dam construction's been done. They've been trying to grade it out, so something we can look at in the next few days.
Yeah, I spoke to Glenn, the gentleman we spoke to, Roger, with the state. I'm waiting on him to return the phone call back on giving me the update on when they're going to pave it.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure from what I've been seeing too is, the city of Crittenden had let bids and awarded bids, and all these asphalt companies are just absolutely overwhelmed right now. So,
Well, according to-
it's got a lot of to do.
according to Glenn, actually the water resource agency he's with, it's going to be handled by another department. They were putting out the bids, and what I'm waiting on a phone call is from him so we could piggyback off the state bid to finish the road project. So
That would be great.
they would
Yeah,
pave like we looked at to the top of the hill.
good deal. Yeah.
Also on the
Road's bad
Shady
shape out there.
update, and I haven't talked to you, Roger, on this, the update on Shady Lane. They called me on Thursday. The materials and beams were all brought. The diaphragms that actually go on the abutments were off by, I think, 6 inches or 9 inches. And the company out of Indiana was remaking them, which wasn't going to take any time. And I believe they got them today.
Good.
So,
Good.
okay.
For planning purposes, just like to mention that some of the cities have confirmed their Halloween dates for the kids. Be in the know. Dry Ridges is going to be from October 30th from 5 to 7. Williamstown's planning.
Shauna, can you get closer to your mic? You're cutting out.
How about now?
I think so. I think it's better. I'm not sure.
All right, from as the Halloween dates for City of Dry Ridges, 5 to 7 on October 30th, a Saturday. Williamstown is 6 to 8 on Sunday, 31st. The Grant County Park will be having our trick or treat in the park on October the 22nd. And Crittenden, I think, is undecided at the moment, but is meeting to award Sunday also.
Okay. Thank you.
I
That's
wish
all
the,
moving down.
I wish all the, in years past, you remember this too, Chuck, that all the years past when they talked about Halloween, all the cities and county and everybody was on the same page. And now it seems like for the past few years, we've been bouncing around different times of dates. I sure would like to see all of us get back on the same page again.
Yes.
I was thinking they were doing that so kids can go more often and that they had a chance in case there was a conflict.
Yeah.
I was seeing it both ways to an extent, based off of schedules and stuff. And if it was a washout on, a bad weather day. But yeah, I remember, to your point, Roger, it used to be county-wide and the city supported what the county did as well. And it looks like this year it will be a different day for every entity.
Okay, moving down, judge report. I don't have anything to report on. Roger mentioned it on the Shady Lane Bridge. It's the only thing I wanted to add to it. So we'll move down to 8 for citizens address. Anyone that's on our Zoom that wants to address the court.
I believe there was a comment, Mr. Hare. I think you came off mute. There you go. There was a comment in the chat.
Yeah, I just wanted to add regarding the ordinance that our attorney was correct about that at the fiscal court meeting a week or two ago. And I'd like to also add that he was probably right about you all having record to support your findings regarding the zone change on Baton Rouge Road. And I hope you reconsider on your revote.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything to add to the court? Thank you, Mike.
And Judge Dills, I'm not sure who's dialed in on the Galaxy A12, but for the public records and the minutes, Cherish will need that person's name as to who attended, and it doesn't have a name. Just kind of calling that out for like good housekeeping measure. I'm not sure if they can come off mute and tell us who they are so she can put it in the minutes.
It may be the newspaper.
Maybe whoever's phoned in on a Galaxy A12.
Okay, moving on.
Tell us.
Moving on to item 9, if no one else has any comments. Before we adjourn, our next meeting will be Tuesday, October 5th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We'll give that to Roger and I will second.
Motion made by Magistrate Humphrey, a second by Magistrate Riley. All in favor by saying aye, raise your right hand.
Aye.
Aye.
Appears all in favor. We are now adjourned. Want to thank everyone for attending tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Have a good night. Stay dry.